Hey guys, it's me, my face, and another set of the sniffles. If you think I do a lot of editing on my regular videos, you should see them when I have the sniffles. Because I literally edit out every sniffle. Every sniffle. I know I make promises to you every week that this is going to be a very short video, but this is probably going to be a very short video. We went to a wedding last night, and it was a very nice time. I'm running a little ragged. It was all I could do to make myself somewhat camera ready to be in front of you. In fact, I spent most of the afternoon figuring out how to shoot a video from the top using my webcam and this and that, because I had no intention of showing you me today because ragged. But here I am. I am showered. I'm upright. I have no excuses for my hair. It's just what it's doing right now. And I put clothing on. Not good clothing. Not clothing that, I don't go out in this clothing. I do. I go out in this clothing. Whatever. I'm here. It's been yet another week that until I assembled everything for the video, I would have told you I barely did any stitching at all. But I actually managed to touch 4 whips. That's a thing. I just noticed I'm not wearing lipstick, and I'm not going to apologize for it. You just have to understand, I have a mouth. Just trust me, because I know that I tend to blend. So if you remember last week, I don't usually remember last week, but Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow and I were not getting along so great. We were having words, we were having a difference of opinion. It wanted me to stitch correctly. I wanted it to simply understand what I needed done and to somehow magically make it happen. And I had to do a whole bunch of frogging. So that's what this week's progress was on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I unpicked the pumpkin and restitched, I would say like 3/4 of it. So at least I am back. I'm going to sneeze. That was fun. At least I'm back stitching forward and making progress and not stitching backwards, which is no fun. Oh, my nose is so red. Why is this happening to me? It's not a cold, it's allergies. Oh, thank God for editing, because that was not ladylike at all. The next thing I put some time into was Death by Cross Stitch. I was in a purple mood, because my only other mood is black. So purple sometimes is an improvement. What I did was I got that line done. Ooh, a line. But also I had noticed that up here there had been, I never did the flowers that were up there. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I'll find out later if I wasn't supposed to do them for some reason. But I filled those in as well. So I'm getting almost to the point. I think if I can get this done and the bottom next row of letters, I'm about ready to move the Q-snap. Because I don't think there's any, or not very much backstitching on this portion, which is kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I was going to go with that. Guys, I'm hazy. The next thing that I worked on was my Prairie Schooler Night Flight, which is continuing to just awe me with the coverage. So good. I mean, 1/1. You can, if you're doing 1/1 and you're not getting good coverage, I don't know what you're doing. You're probably using 14 count. Don't. But I got all excited to start using that orange in the middle, and I was going to do the whole moon in one night. That moon is a challenge. That moon is there to test my resolve. I'm being tested. I'm right about like a C+ right now. And the last thing I worked on, guys, you're going to be so proud of me. I went out and got the scroll rods. I went out and got the 18-inch scroll rods, and those weren't big enough, so I had to exchange them for the 24-inch, and those are big enough. And I have actually done some work on moon hair. I mean, it's not work that you can recognize. I mean, you can see that there's more little purple speckles than there were the last time there were purple speckles. Purple sparkles. But I am working so much faster because I am actually working on it. But I really did not feel, I didn't keep looking at it and saying, oh God, I'm not making any progress here. I haven't even got 100 stitches done or a block of 100. I'm not doing them. I am working from the corner down, but I'm color completing at the same time, or just I'm traveling. I'm taking the length of color as far as I can make it go. And then I go back up to the corner and pick a new color and I work that down, and then so on and so forth. So I'm hoping that this will avoid the grid marks that people see, or like you could see where all the columns are because the tension is a little different at the end of a row, even if it's subconscious. And I really wanted to avoid that because I don't like how that looks. But this should, this is coming along. Whatever, I worked on it. I'm sorry to say I did not do any work on Templar's Prophecy this week, but I did get all my greens in that I ordered. So many greens. I should just take these off the loop. Hold please. I don't know if you have watched Kitten Stitcher's most recent video, but I think she's making a little fun of us. Those of us who hold up the floss and say, you can't see it. I know you can't see it, but this is what it is. And so I get it. You're not going to be able to see all the subtle nuances of my floss choices, but I can at least, we can try. Okay? So the first one I ordered was Camouflage, and this is Classic Colorworks. And true to life, not true to life, I don't know. That's Camouflage right there. And the second one I ordered was, this is Gentle Art Pine, which is a really nice green, but not what I wanted for the dragon. This one is also Gentle Arts. This is Dragonfly, which I really like. Still not what I want for the dragon. So the last one that I ordered that I have decided to go with is Classic Colorworks. Whoops. Steamed Broccoli. It's variegated. It's well variegated, but it doesn't go too light. And it still has kind of a swampy, it's not a Christmassy green or a jade green or anything like that. So that is what the dragon and other green accents is going to be in. I'm done picking colors for this project. I need to stitch it soon. In other news, I mailed the postcards. I did it. It was tough. Really, I'm fighting. I really am. I have to do something about the way I'm feeling right now. I was lucky. One of the things that my therapist had suggested I try, which seems obvious when you say it out loud, but you have to say to yourself, if I weren't depressed, if I weren't feeling this way, what would I be doing right now? So I have to say, okay, if I wasn't feeling like this, I would get up and take a shower and get dressed and make a video. So that's what I did today. The other day, what I said was, okay, if I wasn't depressed, I would have the ability to write out 3 postcards and put stamps on them and put them in the mailbox. And so I did that. So it's kind of maybe acknowledging that I'm not doing what I want to do rather than saying I don't want to do anything. If that makes sense, it feels like admitting that you're not living the way you want to live, rather than saying, I don't want to go out. I don't want to put clothes on. I don't want to go to the post office. Those things aren't true. You think they're true because depression lies to you because it's a jackass. Because the truth is that you do want to get dressed and go out and do something. And you do actually want to maybe interact with people. And maybe you do want to go to that wedding that you've been dreading all week. But, your depression has been telling you, no, you don't want to do any of those things. So everything is a hassle and everything seems like too much trouble. It's not. You have to kind of make what depression wants you to do to be the trouble. To be that, no, I don't feel like just sitting on the couch and loafing. I want to go and do something. Put some clothes on, put your hair up, and go out in the world. I'm telling me that. You do what you want to do. Don't put your hair up if you don't want to. So speaking of weddings that you had to drag yourself to, we went to what turned out to be a very nice wedding last night. There were a couple of little, they weren't hiccups, but we drove out to the River Club in, I want to say it's Cohasset. It could be Hingham. I'll put it up here. Either way, it was a beautiful venue. It was rustic. They had fire pit outside and this stone bench all around the fire pit with these fall themed pillows that you could sit, curl up next to and watch the fire, and you could imagine yourself having some cocoa, a little Irish coffee, even a nice little glass of wine out there with a cozy wrap on because it was legit 30 degrees. So we get there and we're all inside this kind of, it's the function hall, but it's kind of looks like a cabin sort of thing. And we're in there. And the first thing I notice is a sign that says that the bar is closed until after the ceremony. Yeah. So we get past that hurdle. And the I almost said cruise director, but the organizer there came through and said, okay, everybody, we would like to move outside for the ceremony. Did I mention the 30 degrees? I wasn't happy out there, and I'm not my 88-year-old father. 88 years old, and he's sitting outside wearing not a winter coat because he thought he was going somewhere nice, and he just put an overcoat on to go from the car to the venue. Mark just had his suit. He didn't bring a coat because we're going from the car to the venue. It's a wedding. It wasn't a ski weekend. And we did not know that this was going to be an outdoor wedding. And so that would have been nice to know. We could have planned for that. But we got through it. There was a dog there. The dog was very cute. The dog wanted to be part of the ceremony. The dog got to be part of the ceremony. There were turkeys wandering around. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a great ceremony. It was just so damn cold. So once it was done and everybody got inside and started to warm up, my father, 88 years old, says, I would like a cup of coffee because I'm cold. The first person he asked said, oh, we haven't put any coffee on yet, but it'll be about 10 minutes and I'll bring out a cup of coffee. Fine. So we waited. Then the next person we asked said, oh, I don't think they're going to make the coffee until after dinner, but I'll find out. We never saw them again. Then I went up to the bar, and my sister had pointed out that in Massachusetts, you can't have a bar without offering coffee, which is interesting in its own way. Massachusetts. So I figured, even if somebody wanted like an Irish coffee or something, wouldn't they need to have a way of having coffee? Nope, she says, they don't serve coffee till after dinner. And I said, It's 30 degrees out and he's 88 and he wants to warm up with a cup of coffee. Why is this even a conversation? And there was not a lot of feedback from that. Eventually, we got the man his coffee after dinner. After he had already announced that whenever we wanted to go home, he was ready to go. I understand that venues like this have to kind of run like clockwork. You have to have a certain, you can't have people who are supposed to be circulating with trays off making coffee because now you've thrown off all the timing and everything. I get it. But it was a cup of coffee for an 88-year-old man. This was a lovely place, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't cheap. You could have found the man a cup of coffee. Somewhere in your employee lounge, there was a Keurig that somebody could have made the man a cup of coffee. Anyway, other than that, it was a wonderful time. There was dancing. The music was good. Apparently, these young people in their, the budding time of their lives are into 80s music. So that was fun. The open bar was very nice. The open bar with Rebel IPA was very nice. So it was a good time. And all in all, we were home by 8:30, 9 o'clock. No, earlier than that. It was like a little after 8 because we watched almost the whole hockey game. But yeah, I had to make myself get up and go and do that. And it was a matter of convincing myself that I really did want to go. And it wasn't that I didn't want to go and was forcing myself. It was I wanted to go and I'm letting myself. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. So I think that's enough sniffly ramble for this week. I'm just happy that I did manage to get a video out. All right, guys, before the sneezing starts again, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and your dislikes. Thank you, as always, for your comments. I really do appreciate them, and I will catch up on them soon. Thank you for being my community. I'll talk to you next week. Bye, guys.